Hey everyone, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to another video. And to start off, I need to apologize to you guys. I know this video is late. I know this video was supposed to be done a while ago, back at the end of June, but unfortunately, I had to kind of pick and choose what content came out when, and unfortunately, I was burnt out at the time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. YouTube can get a little bit burnt out at times, and it gets hard to make content. It's not as easy and as simple as everyone makes it out to be. You don't just flick on the camera and then you're ready to go. You got to be in that mindset of, I'm now going to work and make a great video. And the thing is, I don't like to do things half-assed. I don't like to make half-assed content. I like to make the best of my abilities at the time. And whenever I'm not in the right mindset, I can't do that. So I kind of wanted to wait and take my time in making content, and that's the way I kind of want to go about it from now on. Is I make videos whenever it feels right, because the biggest rule I can ever say to anyone who wants to be a YouTuber or a streamer is quality over quantity. YouTube may have the algorithm set to, oh, you always want quantity, and forced out quality. But that's not how it works for most people. That's not how it works for people who don't have this as a full-time job, where they can't dedicate themselves 120,000% to YouTube. But I have a promise for you guys, and I'm going to fulfill it. Here is the June Q&A for 2018. So let's start off with the YouTube comments. And our first YouTube comment question comes from Keith Oakland. And he asked, for the June Q&A, what do you think is going to happen in Halo 6? And does it have a chance to bring back the Halo community? Well, that is kind of a hard one to answer, mainly because we haven't seen any gameplay for Halo Infinite, which is Halo 6. All we've seen is a trailer and a little bit of music. And you know what? This is the rule I kind of go by, and I know there's going to be probably quite a few questions in this Q&A for Halo 6 or Halo Infinite, whatever you want to call it, but this is my key factors whenever it comes to Halo 6. It may sound like Halo, it may look like Halo, but if it doesn't play like Halo, then it isn't Halo to me, and I'm going to skip it. If I see the trailer and it doesn't play like a Halo game I want to plays like, I'm not interested. I'm tired. I'm tired of them appealing to the modern day FPS player and not appealing to the players that made them who they are. If you really look at it and you really look at the community, it is still split. Even though people are starting to become more appealing to the ideas of playing classic Halo, it's at the end of the day 343 that has to decide. And the problem is a lot of people are still skeptical. And I don't blame them. I am one of those people. And until I see some gameplay, I'm not going to be able to make a decision. Will I play it? I don't know. It just all depends. Because if I see more sparring abilities than what was in Halo 5, if I see, you know, I can handle sprint. Like, seriously, I don't want sprint, but I can handle it. But if I see more of the same bullshit and it getting worse, then I'm just going to have to say no. Do I think it'll bring back the Halo community? Unless they do a major 180, there is no chance of the Halo community really coming back. I don't think even if they do a major 180, that the Halo community will be at the point that it once was. I think that the Halo community has come, done its time at the top, and is now dying slowly. It may stay at a moderate rate for a long time, but do I think it'll ever be at its peak again? No. No, I don't. Thanks for the question, though. Our next question comes from the Heroic Spartan for the June Q&A. Do you hate Battlefront 2 made from EA? Well, that is a very tough question. Do I hate Battlefront 2? No. Am I disappointed in it? Yes. I am very disappointed in it. I'm disappointed in EA, I'm disappointed in DICE, and I'm disappointed in Battlefront 2. I'm like a parent. You don't hate your child, you're disappointed and want it to do better. And that's what a lot of people were hoping for with Battlefront 2. They were hoping that Battlefront 2 would do better than the first game. But unfortunately, it went the total opposite. Yes, we got a campaign that was pretty good. I thought it was decent. But overall, was the game something that I could play over and over again? No, and the microtransactions is what killed the multiplayer. I probably played maybe 1 or 2 rounds of the multiplayer because I just didn't care. I didn't care because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, it doesn't matter because all that matters is the microtransactions to them. So I just played the campaign and I was like, I'm done. This sucks. And I just stepped away. So to answer your questions, do I hate it? No. Am I disappointed in it? Yes. And do I think they're going to do better? No, I don't. I think that EA has blown their chances. I think that EA has done nothing to earn our respect or earn our money. So honestly, no, I don't think they're going to do better in the future. And I think that I'm probably not going to pick up Battlefront 3 or whatever this game is that they're working on that's not a part of the Battlefront franchise. But thank you for that question. And your second question is, what game would you play if you didn't want to play any other game? So basically, I think the way you're putting this is, if I had to pick only one game to play, what would I have to pick? Well, it really depends. And you have to look at it of, what is the most fun for me? What has the most value and the most replayability? And honestly, it's kind of a tie. You have, on the one hand, the orange box, which contains Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Half-Life 2 Episode 2, as well as Portal and Team Fortress 2. Now, unfortunately, Team Fortress 2 servers on Xbox are practically dead. There's no point to playing it on the original Xbox 360. But it is still a good game. Sorry for that voice crack. Then, on the other hand, you have the Master Chief Collection with Halos 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, which is DLC, so I don't know if you could include that or not, and Halo 4, as well as the multiplayer, which is still very much striving. So, if I had to pick, I would probably pick the Master Chief Collection, and it's not just because I'm a Halo fan, it's because it has much more replayability, in my opinion, than the orange box. The orange box is, in my opinion, one of the greatest values of all time, and I really recommend you pick it up if you ever get the chance. But I still have to go with the Master Chief Collection because Halo at 1080p, 60 FPS, with, you know, great remasters. Honestly, I kind of have to lean towards the MCC, even though it is at times a broken mess. But I think that it would have a lot more replayability with speedrunning, with achievement hunting, and multiplayer that is basically endless, in my opinion. So thank you for the question, Heroic Spartan, and let's move on to our next one. Our next question comes from JasonX17112. Question for June 2018 Q&A. What do you think of all the Gears of War games? If you've played all of them, do you think that the Gears franchise is in a good direction with the Coalition? Keep up the good work, and I love the Q&A videos. Edit. This is after E3. Finally, what is your thoughts on the 3 Gears of War games coming? Mainly, what do you think of Gears of War 5's trailer? Well, let's kind of talk about this. Now, starting off with the original games. Gears of War 1, great game. Gears of War 2, great game. Gears of War 3, great game. Gears Judgment, bad game. I hated what they did with it. It felt like it was supposed to be a paid, tacked-on DLC. Honestly, it did. It felt like Halo 3 ODST, which was originally supposed to be a DLC for Halo 3, but they slapped a $60 price tag on it, added the multiplayer disc to add that extra value, and then called it good. Honestly, that's how I felt about Gears Judgment, because at the end of Gears of War Judgment, spoiler alert, you basically go back to Gears of War 3, and it ties in perfectly with the game. It really feels like they cut this portion from the seasons past and then decided to slap a price tag on it to try and get people to buy it. It's not a bad game, but it has a lot of problems. It has that they changed up the control scheme. I hated that. That was a lot of people's complaints about it. And it wasn't as fun. It honestly got boring real quick. Would I play through it again? Yeah, I would. Mainly because I just want to be able to go through the story, and I love Baird as a character. He's one of my favorite characters from the Gears of War franchise. But it was a tough spot. Gears 4, in my opinion, I'm very mixed on. The opponents were boring. The story was decent, but I kind of wish that there was some explanation in certain things like Anya. You know, I kind of wish that there was some explanation there. I kind of wish that, you know, we had seen a little bit of a less, like, there was so much grinding in the campaign. And honestly, me and the Insane Man had fun playing through the game. We do have a playthrough up on the channel if you want to see it. But the ending was good, in my opinion. You know, it kind of led up into Gears of War 5. But let's talk about Gears of War 5. Now, seeing the trailer, I honestly thought, what the fuck have they done? Why is it that JD and Marcus seem to have totally switched character roles? JD doesn't know much about the Locust. Marcus does. So you'd think that Marcus would be more cautious of the Locust symbol being on this and basically telling them to watch her whenever they go to wherever they're going. Now, the other thing that kind of bugs me is, why are we not playing as JD? Why is it now we're just playing as the two side characters? Why? Because it feels like, honestly, I don't want to sound like I'm, you know, basically complaining, but it sounds like forced diversity in my opinion. It feels like they're forcing this because they want you to play as the female character. They want to push that, you know, gender change whenever you're making JD and Marcus's roles totally swapped. And I just don't know. I really don't know how I feel about this. And then you got the Funko Pop figure game. Don't really care. And then you've got the, you know, RTS game, which kind of seems cool. I'm going to have to see how they implement it. I'm going to give that a shot, definitely. And I'm going to play Gears 5. But honestly, it just doesn't feel right, you know? It really doesn't, because I don't know who wrote that. I just... And what's up with JD's arm? I don't know. I really just don't think I like it that much. Our next question comes from Kev Gamer. Question for the June Q&A. Do you listen to Chance the Rapper, or at least songs of his? Sorry I haven't been active in a month or two. Well, I'm sorry that this is going to be a short answer, but I don't listen to too much rap music. I've never even heard of Chance the Rapper. And I know there's another question in this Q&A about a rapper who sadly has been dead for about a month now. And unfortunately, I don't listen to much rap. The only rapper I really listen to nowadays is Post Malone. He's the only one I like. I stopped liking Eminem. I used to really enjoy Eminem, but unfortunately Eminem kind of fell off, and I hated his last album. Hopefully his next one is better. But honestly, the only rap I listen to is Post Malone, and Post Malone is right now killing it, breaking records, and honestly killing it with his great music, in my opinion. But no, I've not heard of Chance the Rapper. Maybe I will go check him out after this video. On to the Discord questions, and our first question comes from Rotor Storm. Hey Jordan, what will you be possibly picking up this year? I know for sure I'm going to be picking up Gundam Versus, the new Spider-Man game, and Gundam Breaker. Well, you know, that is a very good question. I actually popped up my 2018 release schedule, and let me see what is coming out this year from where we are. So on to July. Let's see what we got here. Well, there was the Red Faction Guerrilla Remaster. I kind of skipped that one. And if we go on from there, you got Sonic Mania Plus. I already own Sonic Mania. It's just DLC characters from what I understand, so I might pick that up. I'm not exactly sure. Mega Man X Legacy Collections 1 and 2. That's definitely a plan. No, I'm not picking up No Man's Sky. That's a waste of money. Going down into August, you've got Okami HD for the Switch. That might be a good one. I enjoyed Okami on the PC when they remastered up. We Happy Few. I don't think I'm going to pick up that one since from what I'm to hear, they added microtransactions. The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 1. Okay, that's probably something I'm going to pick up because I've played through all of the Walking Dead seasons, and honestly, I would like to see the end of that. World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth. Definitely going to be picking up that because I want to get into that and maybe play with a few other YouTubers that kind of have my attention. You've got Destiny 2 Forsaken. No, I'm done with you, Bungie. Good try. You kind of fucked up. Marvel Spider-Man. I might pick it up. I've never been a Spider-Man fan, but I might pick that up. I'm not exactly sure. You've got Shadow, Shadow, I was looking at the wrong thing, but Shadow the Tomb Raider, that looks good. Probably going to pick that up because I've played through the first 2 games of that trilogy. And then you have Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Yes, 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 I'm definitely picking that up, but I might wait. I don't know. I kind of want it now, but I have a feeling within less than a year, maybe a year, it will be on the Nintendo Switch and the PC and run way better and have better options, so I might wait. I don't know. I kind of want to pick it up mainly because my girlfriend is a big Spyro fan and I know she'll love playing it, and they don't have an Xbox One or a PS4 at their house, so I might pick that up just for the hell of it. Scrolling through to the October. Forza, no. Mega Man 11, yeah, I'm going to pick that up because I know that Matt's hyped for that. Super Mario Party, definitely picking that up. WWE 2K19, I'm waiting on that mainly because I need to see what's going to be in the game. If there's no showcase mode, guess what? No picky uppy. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, no. Let's see what else here. Soul Calibur 6, might pick that up. It's pretty cool that Geralt's going to be in the game. Battlefield 5, I still don't know if I'm going to pick it up. I kind of don't like where they're taking the game, just like Call of Duty. Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't know. I might pick that up, but at the same time, I don't like prequels. I'm not a big fan of prequels, and you already know what happens after Red Dead Redemption 2, so it's kind of hard for me to want to go back and play that whenever I know what the future is going to hold, but I might pick it up just for the lulz of it. Overkill's The Walking Dead game. I don't know, because they kind of ruined Payday 2 with their microtransactions. They'll probably do the same with The Walking Dead game. Hitman 2, I know that Elvar is going to pick that up. Fallout 76, I don't think I'm going to pick this up, and I kind of wanted to do a video on why I have no interest in Fallout 76, but I'll save that for later. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I might pick this up. I'm not exactly sure, mainly because it seems way too casualized. It's a cool idea, but it's extremely casualized in my opinion. And then for December, we have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I do plan on picking up. I don't really care for Just Cause. I know that Elvar does, so he's definitely going to get that. But Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I will be picking up. So thank you very much, Rotor Storm, for the question. On to the next one. The next question comes from J-Dog. Would you want Undertale on the Xbox, and do you think it could come out to the Xbox at some point? Yeah, I kind of hope it does. And once the deal is done with Sony, I'm sure that they'll release it on, Xbox. I know they just got announced that it's coming out for the Nintendo Switch. And honestly, do I want everyone to get Undertale? Yes, I do. It's my favorite video game of all time. And I want everyone to have the chance to experience it because it is that great of a game. But when do I think it'll come out? Well, it's coming out this year for the Switch, and I think maybe 3 months from when it comes out, it will come out for the Xbox. I have a feeling at some point it will, but to name when is hard. But do I want it to come out for the Xbox? Yes, I do. But do I think it will come out anytime soon? I think we're going to be waiting just a little bit longer due to it coming onto the Switch first, because they probably have some sort of deal with Nintendo. Our next question comes from ReMe Dy Hedghog. Hey Jordan, what is your favorite thing about Halo 4? I guess the campaign? Like, I really didn't like much about Halo 4. Spartan Ops was pretty fun whenever you could get friends to do it with, and campaign wasn't bad, but the multiplayer just killed it for me. Like, I couldn't enjoy Halo 4's multiplayer, which really sucked. But I guess I would have to say the campaign, because it added a lot more detail to the Master Chief's story and showed him more as a person than a robot. And it was pretty cool to see what Chief was willing to do to save Cortana. But there was one thing that bugged me about the Halo 4 campaign. Why is it when you see the flashbacks, he's already wearing the newer armor? Why is he not wearing his classic Mark V armor or even the Mark 6. Like, I think that would be a little more appropriate for those flashback cutscenes whenever the interviewer is talking to Dr. Halsey. But if I had to say anything, I guess the campaign. It's just even hard for me to say that. The next question comes from Claude Assassin, and he asks, what do you think Halo Infinite will be? Any answer will be appropriate. Well, I kind of answered this in the YouTube comments, but I don't mind repeating myself just a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what it will be. I'm hoping it will be a classic styled Halo game, but the problem is, in the trailer, all we've seen is a trailer. That is it. We've seen a little bit of cinematics, some pre-rendered stuff. We heard some great music, but it may look like Halo, it may sound like Halo, but if it doesn't play like Halo, then guess what? It's just not Halo to me, guys. And honestly, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm hoping that it'll be a classic styled Halo game, but 343 tends to disappoint, so we're just going to have to wait and see until probably next year's E3 or maybe the Tokyo Game Show or something like that to find out really what Halo Infinite is. But I'm not getting my hopes up. Our next question comes from Rogue49, with speculation surrounding the release date of Halo Infinite and if it will launch on the next generation of Xbox as a launch title. Is that a positive or negative for gamers, i.e. needing to purchase a new highly overpriced console just to keep playing the series they love? And yes, I did ad-lib that highly overpriced part because honestly, what was the point of releasing the Xbox One X if they're going to release a brand new console in a year or two? Because people aren't going to wait too much longer for Halo Infinite. You know, we haven't had another Halo FPS game since Halo 5. It's been a couple of years. I'm patient, but you know what? Fanboys won't be. The console fanboys, the Halo fanboys will not be patient for Halo Infinite. I want them to take as much time as they can, but I don't think it's going to wait an entire console generation, unfortunately. And if they do this, if they do what is speculated of releasing it as a launch title for a new console after they just released the Xbox One X, that will be a major slap to the face for consumers. And people will be pissed off, and guess what? They're just going to go to the PC and they're going to play the game there, because there you don't have to pay for Xbox Live and you can get a better experience overall as long as they uncap the frame rate from 60 FPS. But even then, you could get higher quality textures, higher quality graphics in comparison to the Xbox. And guess what? You can either use keyboard or mouse, or you could plug in your actual controller to your PC and continue to use the controller, whichever you choose. And guess what? You don't have to pay for Xbox Live to play online, because PC gamers won't deal with that shit. You know, I find that funny, right? If you play on the Xbox, you gotta pay for Xbox Live. But if you play on the PC for the same games, but with a better experience, you don't have to pay for Xbox Live to play online. Which is more reason for more people to switch to the PC, me personally. But on to the next question. Thanks for the question, Rogue49. And I hope Halo Infinite is going to be a smart choice on Xbox's end. So our next question comes from Viking Boar, and he asked this: Jordan, who do you think won E3, or had pretty much the best press conference? Going to have this whole thing up separately. If you didn't care about anything outside of Xbox and PlayStation, who do you think was the better out of the two that I mentioned? Now, out of all the press conferences, I think it's pretty hard to say who won, because Xbox and Bethesda, I think, were the top two. Bethesda had a lot of good games, but I have some concerns when it comes to Fallout 76 and anything related to those RPG franchises. As we saw with Fallout 4, Fallout 4 was not a real Fallout game. It was a Fallout game that basically was trying to be a modern day FPS shooter with really dumbed down RPG mechanics, and honestly, it was a letdown. Now it's getting worse with Fallout 76 because it seems like it's just a big MMO multiplayer game. I'm honestly not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6 and also looking forward to Doom Eternal. But I kind of want to see some gameplay first before we go down those routes. But honestly, if you're just talking Xbox and PlayStation, Xbox beat the pants off PlayStation. PlayStation really didn't have that much, in my opinion. They had a couple of things, but Xbox overall had definitely the quality and the quantity over PlayStation. PlayStation had a great year and have had some great releases and are probably going to still have great releases this year all the way to the end. But if you're just talking presentation and games announced, Xbox One. That's just my opinion. Our next question comes from Vinyl, and he says, Q&A, thoughts on Death Stranding and the Resident Evil 2 remake. Well, I really have no opinion on Death Stranding. I believe it's that biker zombie game. I really don't care. It looks poor. It looks like the frame rate drops down to below 30 frames whenever a bunch of zombies are coming up on you. And it just seems like almost like a Last of Us knockoff. Like, there's zombies, it's the third-person shooter. It just seems boring. But whenever it comes to the Resident Evil 2 remake, I'm excited. And it seems like a lot of my friends that have been clamoring for this for years are excited. The issue for me was, I don't know if changing the format, you know, going from, you know, the tank camera angles to the over-the-shoulder look, aka the Resident Evil 4 style look, was a good idea. I like it. I don't think it's that bad, but there's a lot of hardcore original fans out there that kind of wish they would have stuck with that. Me personally, I don't mind it. I think that's going to be a good remake, and it's coming out on all platforms, so honestly, I'm looking forward to it at the end of the day. It's definitely one that's going to be on my hit list for the year. But good question, Vinyl. And I hope to see you in next month's Q&A. Our next question comes from Kev Gamer. Now, he asked one on YouTube, but this one is related to the XXXTentacion death. Now, his question is, Q&A, what's your thought on XXXTentacion's death? And the last message he said before he died, RIP X. I will miss him. I feel super depressed after this. Well, I'm very sorry to hear about that, Kev Gamer. From what I'm to hear, he was a very talented rapper who had a dirty past or something like that. I know nothing about him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna, fake that I knew something about him. The truth is, I knew nothing about him until his death, and he was all over the news. He was on Drama Alert, he was on the Philip DeFranco show, he was on Scarce. Everyone was talking about him. But from what I hear, he was very talented, and I honestly have not had any time to sit down and maybe listen to his music. The only rapper, like I said in the earlier question, that I listen to is Post Malone. I've honestly not enjoyed rap music for quite some time, and Post Malone is one of the only ones I enjoy, due to the fact that basically when Jay's 2 Cents announced that he was building a PC for Post Malone, I kind of got the chance to go and listen to some of his music, and I actually liked it. But I will give X's music a try, and I'm really sorry to hear that it hit you and it made you depressed, dude. Like, honestly, I know what it's like to have someone you like as a, talent passing away. We've had a lot of wrestlers pass away over the past year, and honestly, it hit me in the feels whenever Rowdy Roddy Piper died. That one hit me in the feels. And just last week we had, or a couple weeks ago, we had Vader, Big Bad Vader, die. So I know how you feel, and I'll have to listen to him and give, kind of an opinion on X's music. Our next question comes from Frantic Ficus. Considering that you love to play old video games, would you prefer to play those type of games on an emulator, or would you rather play them on the old gaming console? Wow, that's actually a very interesting question, Ficus. Now, I love old school video games. I love the art style, I love the music. Honestly, they're one of my favorite things, but it really all depends. Sometimes emulators can improve the performance of an old school game that on the console would perform poorly, but nothing beats taking that cartridge, blowing it out, sticking it into your Sega Genesis, booting that bad boy up, and hearing just those 16-bit cries of music. Honestly, I would prefer playing on the old school gaming consoles, but emulators are not bad as long as they are done well and that they don't ruin what a classic game can be. Because I've seen some emulators where it hits the classic style to a T, but then I've seen emulators that improve it way too much or can actually break a game whenever it comes to emulation. So that is a good question, Ficus. I would prefer the old school gaming console. Our final question for the June Q&A comes from Infamous Kid. What are your thoughts on crossplay in games in general? And do you think it's the best thing ever, or do you think it comes with its own problems? Well, honestly, I am an advocate for crossplay. I think it's a good idea to allow players to play with other platforms, but I think that you should be able to pick and choose which platforms you can connect with. So for example, Rocket League. I think it would be a great idea to crossplay between all the platforms, between the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, and the PS4. But when it comes to games like Fortnite, where, you know, they're stuck with a controller and you don't have that option, you know, I think that it should stick with between the consoles and not so much the PC, where there is an advantage of keyboard and mouse. I think that overall crossplay is a good choice, but Sony has been very bad about it. They won't even allow it to happen because they own the top market on consoles. They are the leaders in the console sales. And that just shows how selfish and greedy Sony is compared to Nintendo and Xbox, who have been kind of humbled. They're trying to make smarter choices for the consumers. I'm not saying that they are, but they're trying. And honestly, Sony is just showing that they are greedy and that they don't care about doing what's best for the consumers, and all they care about is lining their, pockets with more and more money. So honestly, guys, I think that crossplay is a great choice. I think it's a great option, but it has to be managed well and really look at the genre of the game and say, a game like Rocket League is preferably played on a controller. That is considered one of the best ways to play the game. But does it really change if you do play with a keyboard and mouse compared to a controller? No, because you can't aim faster with the mouse. So, for example, if I'm playing Fortnite though, I can aim better and have better accuracy with a keyboard and mouse. That's why I'm a little bit skeptical about playing with people that are on PlayStation or Switch with a PC, because I've got the advantage. I have the advantage of keyboard and mouse where they don't. So that's a great question, Infamous Kid, and thank you for asking it during this month's Q&A. And that's going to do it for last month's Q&A. And if you guys have questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section down below, and the next Q&A will be on July 31st. Yes, I will be doing it on time, hopefully, and the thing is that it all depends. The only reason why I do this series is as fanfare to you guys, because you guys like to ask me all sorts of questions and try and get my opinions on things. But that's the main reason why I do it, is for you guys. So hopefully the next Q&A will be on July 31st, and that will be out on time. But I appreciate you guys being so understanding about it, and if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. If you dislike it, go ahead and leave a dislike on it. And if you guys have any questions, like I said, down below, ask them, and they'll be in the next month's Q&A. But thank you guys for watching, and as always, GamerJlee signing out.